This is a beautiful fan pattern that is frilly and lacy, but also really easy to do. It is a 4-row repeat that looks great in both a cotton yarn, like here in the orange, but also a soft, beautiful acrylic. For this tutorial, I will be using the Loops and Threads Soft and Shiny Acrylic Yarn. This is a medium weight number 4 acrylic yarn, and it calls for a 5.5mm crochet hook. However, because this is a fan stitch, I prefer a much tighter crochet stitch, and I will be sizing down significantly to use a 3.5mm tulip aluminum hook. I love these hooks, not just because they are super lightweight, so really easy to use for bigger projects. They don't make your hand hurt that much, although it is a little bit short and a little bit slim because it's 3.5mm, so it depends on your preference. But I also like this hook because the tip is quite pointy. And for this particular stitch, we will be stitching through chains, which can get tricky because chains can get quite small. So to push through, I do like a pointier, sharper hook. So if you have a pointier hook in your toolkit, this could be a good time to use it. To start the stitch, we will start with a slip knot, and we are going to chain in a multiple of 9 plus 2. So feel free to chain as long as you would like for your project, and as long as it's a multiple of 9, and then add 2 stitches at the end. I will be chaining 29 stitches, which, 27 is a multiple of 9, and then I'm adding 2 at the end. I will meet you at the end of the foundation chain and we can get started. So I have chained 29 stitches in my foundation chain. And for the first row, which is not yet the repeat row, the first row is still kind of a setup row, although it's also kind of a repeat row. You'll see. I will work into the back bumps of this foundation chain. Now, you don't have to work into the back bumps. I think sometimes it can be fiddly, especially if you're using a thinner yarn, but I will try with this yarn. It's pretty easy with this weight yarn to work into the back bumps. But of course, you can also work directly through the chains if you prefer. There is no hard and fast rule about that. At the end of the foundation chain, we're going to chain 2, and we're going to turn our work to the side we're working on. That chain 2 will count as a half double crochet. Of course, it's not a real half double crochet, but bookmark it in your mind as if it's a half double crochet. And let's turn it to the side we're going to be working on. Now, I'm going to chain 2 again. So there's a chain 2, our fake half double crochet, and then we're going to skip 3 stitches, and in the following stitch, so that is the 8th stitch from your hook at this point, we're going to place a single crochet. So it will look something like this. Now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to single crochet in the following stitch. Now we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to single crochet in the following stitch. Now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into the following stitch. Now we'll chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to skip, I don't know why my yarn is twisted like this, but we're going to skip 4 beneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to single crochet into the following stitch. Next, we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into the following stitch. This is what you should have so far. So we have a series of chain 4, skip 3, single crochet, chain 5, skip 4, single crochet, and repeat. So we're at the very end of our row, and we have 3 stitches left. We're going to chain 2, skip the last 2 stitches, we'll skip the second to last 2 stitches, and half double crochet into the last stitch of that foundation chain. And that is sort of the setup row. Here we go. It should look something like this, and my yarn is curling up. Now we're going to start the first repeat row. We're going to chain 1 and we'll turn our work. We'll place 1 single crochet at the top of that first stitch from the previous row. Now we're going to work directly into that chain 4 space. So not this space, but this space, the chain 4 space. We're not going into the stitches, we're just going to work directly into the space. So it's pretty easy. And into the space, we are going to place 9 double crochets. This is our first fan. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we are going to find this next chain 5 space, this big space, and at the top you have chain of 5. We're going to place a single crochet into the middle of that chain of 5, so the third chain. So 1, 2, 3, to place a single crochet into the third chain of that chain of 5. And so that is your first fan. So pretty in this color. Now we're going to go all the way across the row that way. So we're going to find the next chain 4 space, which is over here, and we're going to place 9 double crochets directly into that chain 4 space, so this space right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we're going to find the next chain 5 and we'll place a single crochet in the third chain of that chain 5. Single crochet. And that is your second fan. We're going to find our next chain 4 space, just here, and we're also going to place 9 double crochets directly into that chain 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we're going to find the third chain in that turning chain. We're going to place a single crochet right there. And that is your first repeat row and your first fans. To start row 3, which is your second repeat row, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that chain 4 counts as the first treble crochet in the next row. Again, it's not obviously not a real treble crochet, but in your mind, imagine it is a treble crochet. Let's turn our work. This is what it looks like as we start our second repeat row. Now in each of these fans you have 9 double crochets. What we're going to be working into in this row is the middle 7. So we're going to skip the first double crochet in each fan and the last double crochet in each fan, and we're going to work in the 7 in the middle of each. It'll make sense when we start. So we're going to skip that first double crochet. We're not going to work into the top of that first double crochet, but we are going to place a double crochet in the top of the second double crochet in that first fan. So you have something that looks like this. Then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to work into the double crochet right next to it, a double crochet, chain 1, and in the one next to it, a double crochet, chain 1, and the one next to that, a double crochet, chain 1, keep going, a double crochet into the next one, chain 1, double crochet into the following one, chain 1, and a double crochet into the second to last double crochet in the first fan. So you should have, this was your turning chain here, so you should have 7 double crochets. 1 chain, 2 chain, 3 chain, 4 chain, 5 chain, 6 chain, 7. It should look something like this. Now we're not going to chain after that 7th double crochet, but we are going to skip the next 3 stitches. So we're skipping the last double crochet in that first fan, we're skipping the single crochet that you made in between the fans, and we're skipping the first double crochet in the following fan, and we're going right into the second double crochet in the second fan, and we're going to place a double crochet on top of it. And we're going to do the same thing in the second fan that we did in the first fan, which is chain 1, and then we're going to place a double crochet, chain 1 at the top of the next 5 double crochets in this fan. And then we're going to place a double crochet into the second to last double crochet in this fan. So again, you'll have a total of 7. Double crochet, chain, double crochet, chain, double crochet, chain. You got it. And the 7th one, there is no chain after. So you have something that looks like this. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did before, which is skip the last double crochet in that fan, skip the single crochet you made in the previous row, and skip the first crochet in the next fan, and we're going to work a double crochet into the second crochet of the following fan, chain 1, and we're going to do this 5 more times, double crochet in the next one, chain 1, double crochet, 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 chain 1, and then double crochet. You should have oh, I have too many. And then in the second to last double crochet in this fan, we're going to double crochet and not chain 1. So in the last fan, you should have 7 double crochets, just like the first 2 fans, and they'll have a chain 1 in between. Now after you finish the 7th one, you're going to place a treble crochet in the single crochet from the last row that finishes this repeat row. Remember, you're skipping that last double crochet in that last fan. So that is your second repeat row. I will have the timestamps for all of the repeat rows in the description box below, so just in case you need to go back and check to make sure you are following along. It is a little bit of a fiddly stitch pattern, but it's worth it, I promise. To start the third repeat row, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to turn our work. It should look something like this on this side. We're going to start this row with a single crochet on top of that treble from the previous row. Now, what you have is you have 7 double crochets with a chain in between. We're going to be crocheting into the chains in this row. So we're not crocheting on top of the double crochets, we're crocheting into the chains in between. And this is where the pointy hook comes in handy. So we're going to place our first single crochet into the chain in between those first 2 double crochets. So right here. Place a single crochet, and then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, find the next chain that's in between the next 2 double crochets, and we're going to single crochet into that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, find the next chain in between the next 2 double crochet posts, and single crochet into that. And then chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Find the next chain in between the next 2 double crochet posts and single crochet into that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Find the next chain in between the next 2 double crochet posts, single crochet into that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and find the next chain in between 2 double crochet posts and single crochet into that. And then let's pause here and just take a look at what we've made. So this creates cute little bumps at the top of your fan. Now we're at the second fan. And what we're going to do is, instead of chaining or doing anything in between these 2 fans, we're just going to jump right in. So we're going to single crochet into the chain in between the first 2 double crochet posts of the next fan. Single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Find the next chain in between the next 2 double crochet posts and single crochet into that chain. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Find the next chain in between the next 2 double crochet posts and single crochet into that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Find the next chain in between the next 2 double crochet posts, single crochet into that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And the next chain in between the next 2 double crochet posts, single crochet into that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and find the next chain in between the next 2 double crochet posts, single crochet into that. And that should be the end of your second fan. Let's take a look. Let's take a break and take a look. It should look something like this. It's taking shape nicely. And let's just jump directly into the third fan. So you don't do anything in between the fans. There's no chaining, nothing. You just jump right into it. So we're going to find the first chain in between the first two double crochet posts in the last fan. We're going to single crochet into that chain. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Find the next chain in between the next two double crochet posts. Single crochet into that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Find the next chain in between the next two double crochet posts. Single crochet into that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And the next chain in between the next two double crochets. Single crochet into that. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And the next chain in between the next two double crochets, single crochet into that chain. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the last chain in between the last two double crochet posts, single crochet into that. Then we're not quite done yet, but let's take a look at what we have. So we have the cute little bumps on top of the fans. Look how pretty it's turning out. To finish off this row, which is the third repeat row, we're going to single crochet at the top of the turning chain from the last row. And that is your third row of this. It's your fourth row, but it's your third row repeat in the 4-row repeat. To start the 4th row repeat, we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is, if you remember from our last chain 4, this is our bookmark treble crochet. That counts as a treble crochet in the beginning of the next row. So let's turn our work. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to find, so you have 5 little bumps at the top of each fan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The bumps are the chain 3. So chain 3, chain 3, chain 3, chain 3, chain 3. We're going to find the second group of chain 3s. We're going to skip this first group of chain 3s. We're going to find the second one. And into the second chain of the chain 3, we're going to place a single crochet. Now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to skip the next group of chain 3, and we're going to go to the following one, and we're going to single crochet into the second chain of that chain 3. Okay, so it should look something like this. So this was we chained 4 to turn, then chained 2. We placed a single crochet into the middle of the second group of chain 3s, and then we chained 4, skipped a chain 3, and then single crocheted into the center chain of the following group of chain 3s. Now, if this looks familiar, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to skip over the next two groups of chain 3. So we're skipping this one, and we're skipping this one, and we're going to the following one. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to single crochet into the middle chain of that group of chain 3. 1, 2, single crochet. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to skip the next set of chain 3, and we're going into the following chain 3, and we're going to place a single crochet into the second chain of that chain 3. Now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip the next 2 groups of chain 3. So we're skipping this one, and we're going into the following one. And we're going to place a single crochet in the second chain of that chain 3. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to place a single crochet. We're going to skip the next group of chain 3. We're going to place a single crochet in the center chain, so the second chain in the following group of chain 3. Now to end this row, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to skip the next group of chain 3, but then there is a single crochet. You see there's a single crochet that ends this row right here. We're going to treble crochet into that single crochet. And so this is the end of your 4th repeat row, and this is what it should look like. So this is what it looks like. And it actually squares out quite nicely, which is surprising because the last row looked all curvy. But this row helps it have a bit more structure. So as you can see, this was our turning chain. Then we chain 2, we place a single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 2, treble. That is the end of your 4-row repeat. Now we're going to do this whole thing again together one more time because I think it's important just to get the hang of it. But remember, in case you want to go back and take a look at any of these repeat rows, I will put the timestamps of these repeat rows in the description box so you can go back and follow along. So we're going to start the 4-row repeat again here. And to do that, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. It's really pretty on both sides, which is nice. It's always nice when a stitch pattern does that. We're going to place a single crochet in that first stitch on top of that treble, and we're going to work right into that chain 4 space. We're going to place 9 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whoops, 8, 9. Let me just make sure I have 9. Yep. Now we're going to place a single crochet in the third chain of that chain 5. And we're going to go into the next chain 4 space and place 9 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we have a chain 5, and we're going to place a single crochet in the third chain of that chain 5. And now we have a chain 4 space, so we'll place 9 double crochets there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we have our turning chain, and we're going to place a single crochet in the third chain of the turning chain to finish this row. To start the next row, we will chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll turn our work. And this is the row where we're going to do the double crochet chain 1, but not in the first or the last double crochet of each fan. So just in the middle 7. So we're going to skip that first double crochet in that first fan, and we're going to double crochet into the second double crochet, chain 1, next, 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 do we have a chain 1? Yes, one more, chain 1, and then a double crochet. So we should have 7 here. This is the turning chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, each with a chain 1 in between. We're not chaining 1 after the 7th one, but we will skip 3 stitches. So we're skipping the last double crochet, skipping the single crochet, skipping the first double crochet in the following fan. We're going to work into the top of the second double crochet of the second fan. Double crochet into the top of that one, chain 1, double crochet into the next one, chain 1, 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 next one. I believe that should be 7. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 7. And we're going to skip the last double crochet in that fan, skip the single crochet you made in the last row, and skip the first double crochet in the following fan, and we're working into the second double crochet of the following fan. And that will place a double crochet at the top. Chain 1, double crochet in the next, double crochet, chain 1, next, chain 1, next, chain 1, next, chain 1, next, chain 1, and the 7th double crochet. And then what we're going to do at the end of this row is we're going to place a treble crochet. Remember, we're skipping the last double crochet of that fan, but there is a single crochet stitch there. We're going to place a treble crochet into that stitch to end the row. Okay, so here's what we have. To start the next row, we're going to chain 1, turn our work. We're going to place a single crochet at the top of that treble from the previous row. And this is the row where we single crochet into the chains that are in between the double crochets. So we're going to find that first chain in between the first 2 double crochets. We're going to place a single crochet through that chain. And now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, find the next chain in between the next 2, single crochet into that chain, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, find the next chain, single crochet into that, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, next chain, single crochet into it, chain 3, single crochet into the next chain, chain 3, single crochet into the last chain of that fan. Now you have something that looks like this. Those are the pretty little bumps on the top of that fan. So it looks like that. Now at the end, we're going to find the first chain in between the double crochets in the following fan, and we're going to go right into that with a single crochet. We're going to crochet into the chain. I haven't tried altering this by crocheting into the chain space, but that would probably work as well if you want to. We're going to chain 3, crochet, single crochet into the following chain, chain 3, single crochet into the following chain, chain 3. We're going to keep going, find the chain in between the two double crochets, single crochet into that chain, chain 3, find the next chain, single crochet into that, chain 3, and single crochet into the last chain in this fan, and you just should have something that looks like this. Now we're going to work directly into our final fan, well, my final fan, because I chained 29. So we're going to find that first chain in between those two double crochets, and we're going to single crochet into that chain, chain 3, single crochet into the following chain, chain 3, single crochet into the next 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 chain, and then don't chain 3 after that one. This is what you have. Then we're going to place one single crochet into the turning chain from the previous row. So we're not going to place it on top of this double crochet, but into that top of that turning chain. And that is the end of that row. You should have something that looks something like this. Now to begin that next row, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, this counts as a treble crochet in the next row. We're going to turn our work. And now we're going to chain 2. And we're going to skip this first chain 3 bump, and we're going to go into the second chain in the next chain 3 bump, and we're going to place a single crochet. Now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip the next bump, go into the following bump, and place a single crochet in the second chain of that chain 3, so it looks something like this. Now chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip the following 2 chain 3 bumps, and go into the third, so 1, 2, the third, and we're going to single crochet into the second chain in that chain 3. I'm going to chain 4, skip the next group of chain 3s, and then in the following group of chain 3s, place a single crochet into the second chain, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip the next 2 groups of chain 3s, and in the following group of chain 3s, place a single crochet in the second chain, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip the next group of chain 3s, and into the following group of chain 3s, place a single crochet into the second chain. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to place a treble crochet into the single crochet that ends the previous row. So treble into the last stitch. So this is what it looks like after we've done 2 sets of the 4-row repeats. Here's what it looks like on the other side. Again, I will leave all the timestamps for the 4-row repeats in the description box below, so feel free to go back and reference it. And you can always play this video slower or faster if you click on that settings wheel on the bottom of the video window. You can change the speed at which it plays, so it might be easier to follow along if it's a little bit faster or a little bit slower. I know everyone has their own preferences. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.